there like any bits you want to open with, or are we just gonna go like straight up?
I guess. I don't know. If you have any ideas, we could do it. But
I mean, I don't have any good ideas.
well, good ideas isn't. Really
What if we
the
did
point of the
this?
show,
What if
is
we
it?
did this? So we're gonna start out.
Hey y'all, it's started.
Whoa!
Wait, it's already started.
Oh,
It's already
okay,
started.
never mind.
It's already
We'll
I'm
save
Michael
that.
Palmer.
Hi, and I'm Jonathan Ibanez, and this is the Late Train Podcast. And so what the deal is, Michael, I've seen that there's a problem recently. You want to know what the problem
What
I've
is the
seen was?
problem?
Well, the thing is, everyone's reviewing like movies that came out last week, right? Everyone's reviewing
Okay.
Charlie's Angels
That checks
right now.
out.
That checks out, right? But I want to hear the review of something that happened 50 years ago.
50.
So
Why?
that's why I'm thinking. Well, I don't know. It could
Like
be cool.
newspapers.
Some it's like a time capsule from another time.
Okay.
You know, and that's what we're doing here on the Late Train.
It is. All right. Well,
You did a good job pretending like you didn't. You did a good job playing along with that one. I
Well,
was impressed.
if I'd been at the meeting, I would have known better. But
It's not my fault.
as it stands.
Oh, we haven't even introduced Elizabeth
Oh yes.
yet.
Also, Elizabeth exists,
She's our producer,
and she doesn't like us,
and she's currently, not only does she not like us, she's currently sick.
and has a migraine.
Has 3 migraines.
3 migraines.
I swear, no matter what we say, you get mad. You guys should see her. She's like little Kenny right now. With like the
with the
sweatshirt.
hoodie like pulled along her face,
Yeah.
you can barely see it.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep my sickness to myself.
We'll figure it out.
So yeah, this is the podcast where we review movies that came out 50 years ago.
All right.
Except for this
which is
one,
40 years.
which is 40 years ago. This is our pilot episode, so we're playing a little fast and loose here on the Late Train Podcast. We play a little fast.
We're
and
definitely
loose with the
playing
rules.
loose. I don't know how fast we're playing. Please don't. Please don't.
Okay.
This is a family friendly.
Yeah, well,
show.
we're
I'm
editing
showing
that
this
one
to my
out.
mom.
Can I keep in the part? Okay, never mind.
Bleep the whole joke,
Yes,
and then do the part where I say please don't.
that's a good idea, and then people will have to guess what the joke is.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the premise of the show. Today we are reviewing.
Of Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Travel forward with us, 300 years into the future, to confront the greatest mystery ever to threaten mankind. We are aboard a huge starship called the Enterprise. This is the return of Captain Kirk.
An alien object of unbelievable destructive power is less than 3 days away from this planet.
Mr. Spock.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture came out on December 7th, 1979.
Okay.
It was directed by Robert Wise, and basically
Robert Wise or just Robert Wise?
Robert Wise. If he changed his middle name to
That would be pretty impressive.
That would be good.
Yeah.
So funny story about this is that it was they wrote it as a movie, and then the studio said, actually, we want you to make a TV show out of it.
Okay.
So they made a TV show, they wrote a couple episodes, and then the studio said, JK, it's a movie again. So they took the pilot episode of the TV show, and they made it a movie.
So are the following movies supposed to be episodes as well?
I don't think so.
It's just this one.
It's just this one. So they took the
Okay.
pilot that they wrote for the TV show.
So this movie was supposed to be 30 minutes long.
Probably, yeah, and then they extended it.
It does explain a lot.
It does. We're going to get into what we think
Alright,
about the movie.
sorry.
What is there anything... First off, set up the movie first. Where are we at the
Alright,
beginning
so
of this movie?
we are with the Star Trek gang, traveling around the magic school bus. Enterprise.
Yes, same thing. right?
And really, they kind of are. But anyway, like they both don't really obey the laws of their own universe.
Yeah.
In any case, though, the Enterprise.
Star Trek also plays fast and loose
That is true.
with the rules.
That's for sure.
Can I say the joke again?
Please don't.
Okay.
So the Star Trek gang, as you all know, have a lot of conflicts and a weird amount of sexual tension.
Yes.
Often.
Anyway, so
I
the
do appreciate
movie
that.
opens, and basically there's an angry cloud
Yes.
that is coming towards Earth. Is basically the plot of this movie.
Yeah.
And so they say, we got the Enterprise all tricked out again. She's ready. She's going to go on this mission.
Except she's had no flight tests.
Except she has no flight tests.
And she's not ready.
And she's
not
not
going to go on the mission.
Kirk goes aboard because he's an admiral now. He got promoted somehow. I don't know who promoted that man to admiral, but it was a bad idea.
He solves problems with improv.
Mm,
That's like his whole thing.
that's true.
Yeah.
When I do improv, it just sucks.
It causes problems.
Yes, my improv cause problems.
And Kirk solves them.
And it's great. There's this great sequence where Kirk and Scotty, they go into the Enterprise, and it's just like a 10-minute long sequence, almost. It's at least 5 minutes.
It's a good
where it's just
amount
like
of time.
them floating in space in this pod.
And it's clearly like a cardboard cutout of it.
Yes, and so it's great because it's like a composite shot where you have the Enterprise, you have this pod, and then you have literal like cardboard cutouts of William Shatner and whoever the Scottish guy is on the show.
Right. I will say, if we're doing background, that the budget of this movie was like $35 million, and the budget of 2001: A Space Odyssey was $10.5 million 10 years prior.
Yes.
And yet there still are clear cardboard cutout shots being used.
Yes.
Several times.
Yes, the visual effects on 2001: A Space Odyssey are better than the effects.
Yes.
of
There are
this
some
one.
cool effects. Like, I'm
There are.
impressed overall,
Yeah,
but it is not art.
there was some good, like when Spock's floating around in space.
We'll
later.
get to that.
It was good. We'll get to that. So anyway, we fly around in space for 10 minutes, and there's just this random guy floating out there
Who
with
is
the Enterprise.
omnipresent in this movie.
Yes. Anytime you have a space shot, it's this guy is doing a spacewalk for some reason.
And it looks sort of like he's just like a balloon that's been inflated and sent out. Did you
So-
see it?
No, of course you didn't see it. What are you talking about? She only produces. There's like this character who's like on a spacewalk. And I swear for the whole movie. So whenever the Enterprise is docked, or whenever like someone we
But
have an
seemingly in
outside shot of
different
space,
spaces,
in
too.
different places and in different orientations. Like sometimes he's upside down.
Yeah, and it's just a little like clearly figurine just sort of floating around the shot. It's not good, but it's kind of fun. I don't know. It gives space character, I guess.
I don't know what the heck you mean by that.
I did try to
But-
look up that actor and I could not find him. So we are still only halfway into
This
the first
podcast
part
is
of
gonna
this movie.
suck, dude. This is a pilot. This is gonna suck. We get aboard the Enterprise, and really, Kirk goes there just to check it out. But then he goes, "No, there's an angry cloud in space. I need to commandeer this vessel."
From
the
Dudley
guy-
Do-Right.
From Dudley Do-Right. Was it
Right.
Dudley Do-Right, or
It-
did it just look like
It
him?
looked a lot like him.
This guy looks like Dudley Do-Right. His name is Decker, but we'll
His
call him Dudley
chin
Do-Right.
could split like an atom.
Oh yeah, definitely like the 1970s. Like if you went back in time to the 1970s and told someone, draw me a picture of like who
He's
you
everything
think, who you
Dust-
think the most handsome man would be, and I feel like this guy is what the picture
He's
gets drawn.
everything Dustin Hoffman isn't.
Mm,
He's like a waspy guy.
yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Chiseled
So-
features, blonde.
Just piercing blue eye, very Aryan.
Very,
looking.
very Aryan, yeah.
Yeah. So Kirk says, "Hey, I'm taking the command of the ship from you." He's like, "You can't do this," and he's like, "Tough nuggets."
And then he just doesn't put up a fight ever again.
Yeah, no. The rest of the movie, he does not give a
He's
crap.
completely subservient.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, because what happens is, into the mission, this Deltan named Ilya comes on board,
Oh, right.
and it's implied that Ilya and this Dudley Do-Right character have hooked up before.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
Yes.
rocking the bald look, by the way.
Also,
I don't even
yes.
mean that sarcastically. I mean, she genuinely rocks that.
She is good looking. So then, what happens is they go into the glow cloud.
They go into the cloud, and she dies.
Yeah.
And no one mourns her.
No, it's great. Like the cloud like sends out this lightning bolt, which is a kind of a cool effect.
Yeah, they do a good job with it.
Yeah, they do a good job with it. And then she dies.
Right. We
And
forgot the
Decker is-
earlier deaths in the movie.
Which earlier did?
The transporter incident. Do you remember this?
Oh, you're right.
There's this incident where they use the transporters, which is basically their form of like commuting. It's their cars.
Everyone does it.
Everyone
in
does
Star
it.
Trek.
And the signal is weak, so the two people that are being transported die. It's like if your car ran out of gas and
You died.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, the car, like, it doesn't even tell you how much gas you have left.
Oh, no.
You just have to guess how much gas you have left, and if you happen to run out, you're dead. There's nothing. You can't call AAA. You can't, get a refill on the side of the road.
No,
You're
no.
dead.
You're dead. And I think it's great because they don't even make a big deal out of the incident. It's not like it's an abnormal thing.
They mourn her as
They're
much
very
as they
sad.
mourn
They're very
Iliad.
No,
Like-
they mourn them more. Like Kirk looks about like he's gonna cry.
That's
Do
true.
you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Cricket's, like, genuinely upset.
Yeah, it's very strange, the whole
Yeah.
transporter situation. Also, before we go any further, we need to talk about the costumes in
Okay.
this movie.
And how they're... I like how in the original show, if they're wearing a red shirt, they'll die.
Yes.
I kind of am sad that they took that away.
They took the red shirts out. Not only do the costumes look much dorkier in this than in the original series,
Yeah.
you can also see the outline of... Am I allowed to say the word on this?
I would rather
Okay.
You can see
I'll
outlines
pull
of
this up.
things that you shouldn't.
You can see all kinds of outlines of things, and I don't know if it was like what was going on in
I'm
that
pretty sure
studio.
they were wearing, like, dance
but
belts.
I swear, like in the first 5 minutes of seeing these costumes, I saw the outline, at least like 3 outlines.
All right. I mean, I think they were wearing dance belts.
What's a dance belt?
A dance belt?
That's
it's
a
like
made-up thing.
No, it's not.
Sounds like it.
It does. I've also was in modern dance for a while. I've had to
Oh.
wear one. They're not fun. But
How
basically, it's just how modern indeed. It's just sort of like a thong that keeps everything compressed. So you don't see anything specific.
Like
you just
a
see
jockstrap?
a sort of. Yes, without the like plastic part.
Gotcha. So did these guys just like and they're like extras too? No, Decker. I swear there's one where Decker.
There's definitely one with Deckers. Yeah,
Did they
but
just
it-
not wear their
No, I
dance
think
belts?
they are wearing them. I think you're not seeing like you don't go into that much detail. The outline is vague. It's there.
I
but
don't
it's
know.
vague.
It seemed pretty. It was pretty.
I don't know. I wasn't looking. I was looking at their faces.
Dominant.
you know,
Yeah,
like, this
okay.
is on
Oh,
you.
okay. Yeah. Farther and farther, going into the reaches of this angry cloud that is threatening to envelop Earth.
And Spock, who failed to get rid of his emotions earlier in the movie,
Yes.
senses that there is curiosity.
Yeah. He went to Vulcan Boy Scout camp to try to like become
Try to become like
a
commune.
Vulcan Eagle Scout, right?
Right.
And he comes back, and
Not.
it's great.
He's still a light scout at best.
He is at best a light. He's probably like a first class.
Navy star.
Star Trek, because he's
there
a
you
star
go. That's
scout,
not a
Vulcan
good
scout.
joke.
Anyway, so he goes out on his own.
Again, vigorously.
He
thinking about it.
Vulcan death grips the
Best
airlock
actor in the
attendant.
movie.
Oh yeah, he's got the greatest scene. It's fantastic.
We'll talk about him later.
And he goes out on the spacewalk, and basically they go far enough into this cloud, and there's just this pulsing thing, and they
Consciousness.
they refer no, not the consciousness physically.
Oh,
they
okay.
refer to it every time as the orifice,
Oh yeah,
and it's like
The
contracting.
sphincter. It's a sphincter.
Yeah, it's a sphincter, but they call it the orifice,
Yeah.
and so that's not weird. So Spock goes to check it out.
There's way more like scatological and genital related humor in this than I expected.
When you go out into space.
No, I mean not in the movie.
Oh,
in
you mean in me?
Yeah.
What about in you?
I had an amount that I expected. I think.
Oh, okay, that's true.
I got nothing.
Elizabeth, do you think?
I have
What do
nothing.
you think?
What?
What do you think?
Which part?
Have you even been listening?
I know, I've been listening.
She's on her phone.
I don't blame you if you haven't been listening.
I
No,
know,
I
I've been
wouldn't
definitely
listen.
listening to this whole entire thing.
Okay. Do you think it's funny? Do you think we're entertaining? Or is
We
this?
will edit this out unless what you say is funny, and then we'll keep it in.
I don't know. I've yet to decide on my decision.
I've heard you laugh a few
yes.
times.
She has
yeah,
laughed.
No,
which-
yeah, it's just because I know you guys.
No, that's fair. Okay.
This is
Okay.
not normal. This is normal.
So Spock goes into the orifice, and basically he sees like a giant map room.
Yeah, it's like it's like in Raiders of the Lost Ark when they had all the different pyramids and things, and there's like the rays of the sunlight coming through.
Something like
It's
that.
sort of like that, but with planets. Because there's all these representations of different galaxies.
Yes. So he goes. He's like, "What the heck?" And they think it's a map to V'ger's. Also, by this point, the
Yeah.
the angry cloud's name is V'ger.
Yes.
They think it's a map to his home planet.
Well, they think it's the map from like that he has passed through already. This is the space he's charted.
Gotcha.
V'ger's on his way to Earth, or its way to Earth, and at the same time has kind of charted, but also potentially absorbed everything it's passed.
okay.
So it's been making
Got
records
that.
of everything it's passed, and it's coming to Earth for some reason.
And it collects everything. Like he sees a representation of Ilya. Is that her name?
Yeah, that's right.
And it seems like all of her is there, like all of her memories. Which at this point, robot Ilya.
Yeah.
Is you can go on.
So V'ger makes a robot version of Ilya that has a really nice dress on. Actually, I remember
Is that
being
the
really
Cinderella
impressed.
dress?
That might have been. We have something in the notes about a Cinderella dress,
Yeah.
but we don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, and Decker goes, "Ilya, how's it going?" Starts flirting.
She's not wearing a really nice dress. She's wearing that like really short thing. It's like very simple but like dangerously close to showing things that probably shouldn't in the Star Trek movie.
No, but doesn't it have like a sleeve thing going on too? Like a collar?
Oh, it's got the huge.
It's got the
pop
huge collar and it's got
yeah.
like the sleeves like
Right, okay,
ingrained into the...
All right.
You can tell I know what I'm talking about when it comes to dresses. So anyway, Decker tries to flirt with this robot. And the robot goes, just a heads up, I'm not Ilya.
But also, he's flirting with her on the command of both Kirk and
I don't like that word.
Spock.
Yes, like right in front of him. Oh no, you went to read. Okay, I see know what you're talking about.
Like they tell, yeah, and she doesn't seem to hear that they've been told that, but
Yeah, because the idea is that she's gonna destroy everybody, but Kirk
That
goes,
V'ger will
wait a
destroy,
second,
but not the robots
wait a
destroy.
second, Decker, maybe if you flirt with her, she won't kill us because it'll awaken the memories of Ilya.
yeah. So
So
the second
Decker
half of
goes-
this movie is just attempting to seduce a robot.
Yes, and it's like a really bad first date.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you
He
want to
takes
play
her,
this?
like,
You want to play
bowling,
this
kind
game
of?
my ex used to like?
Right. Except the X is just the non-robot her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that happens, and then why do they get farther in? Why do they go farther in?
They go further in because Spock comes back and like says what he's learned, and then she asks them to give them the information as to why the creator is not responding to Earth's signal.
That's right, because they get to Earth, and
The reason V'ger is going to Earth is because V'ger's creator is apparently on Earth.
yeah.
And she's been sending signals back that are like radio signals, they find out. But V'ger, are we giving away the ending in this podcast?
We'll make it spoiler. We'll put
Alright,
spoilers.
This is a spoiler warning.
alert.
So V'ger has been sending signals to Earth, and Earth is not responding. And they figure out that they need to tell V'ger like a code so that V'ger doesn't kill everyone.
Yeah, because for some reason now V'ger is like mad enough that says, "Hey, I'm gonna kill the entire Earth because the creator isn't answering." me."
Right. So they
So
say
basically,
that they
like-
trick the robot into bringing them to V'ger's main
Yes.
console.
Yes. And so they go to the center of V'ger.
Right.
It's like they're do some negotiations. You go to the
Right,
center
and
of
it's
V'ger.
like a giant Settlers of Catan board.
Yes. No, it's hexagons all over the place. It's very futuristic,
Right.
very hip, very nice. I
Very
love
cheap
it.
set to build.
Very cheap set to build.
Right.
A lot of wind going on there for some reason.
Yeah,
in
it's
the middle
a
of a
completely interior. I mean, it makes sense if it was in the middle of the cloud, but this is an interior room.
No,
There
this is
are
inside the orifice.
full ceilings and everything.
Yeah.
And there is a weird amount of wind.
Yes, their hair is just blowing like crazy, except for Ilya because she has
Because
no
she
hair.
Doesn't have hair.
That's okay.
But her collar is sort of flutter.
Her collar does flutter because she's got like a huge collar.
Yeah.
Anyway, they go and they realize V'ger is really a Chuck E. Cheese robot from the past
Okay, that's
that has
not
got sentience.
quite right.
No, it's actually the Voyager 6 satellite that has got sentience and is coming back to meet its creator.
It went
on
through
Earth.
a black hole and then merged with nothing that is explained. And then, yeah, it's trying to go back to Earth, but of course, it was created by NASA, and NASA's long gone
Yes.
because space travel's kind of a day job thing now.
Mhm. Well, because Donald
Um,
Trump got rid of it and made the Space
okay.
Force, and then that turned into Starfleet.
Well, you're not wrong. Maybe.
Space. These are the voyages of the Starship
It's so stupid.
Enterprise. It's gonna be the best 5-year mission you've ever seen in your life.
And then it takes 30 years and nothing happens.
And it takes 30. My producer is telling me to stop it with the Captain Trump.
I'm sure he would give himself Admiral. at
Stardate.
least.
Yeah, no, he would be super admiral.
Stardate, super big.
Where were we?
Where on Earth
Oh,
are we?
so then it turns out that it's like it's an evolved version of the Voyager 6
Right.
satellite, and it's coming back to try to talk to NASA. That's where we're at. And Decker goes, he wants
Decker wants to be with Ilya.
yeah, and
because
then
I don't know why.
and then the Voyager wants to be the creator, and then
The Voyager is wants to merge to a higher consciousness.
yeah, with the creator. So they kind of realize, wait, Decker's like, I could get with Ilya.
So Decker has the last bit of the code that needs to be put in,
Yeah.
and someone, it seems like it was V'ger itself, has removed the ability to transmit the code from a distance.
Yeah.
They have to physically put it in.
Yeah. And that is exactly what Decker tries to do.
Right.
Because he says, I'm going to merge with V'ger, who is sort of Ilya.
Yes.
So that's kind of hot for me. And then it's okay with Voyager 6 because that's what Voyager 6 wants.
Is it wants the human capacity to like become like of irrationality.
Yeah.
Right. The whole time Voyager keeps saying like humans are irrational and that's dumb and they shouldn't exist, and it turns out its creator was a human, and humanity is like the next thing it can do because it has all the information.
And it can't do anything with it.
Right. So it wants to transmit. It wants to become partially human in order to transcend.
Yes. And so the implication there is that you need the rational, but also the emotional, in order to fully experience life and whatnot.
Which is kind of the lesson Spock had already learned in the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
But now everyone else learns it, so I guess that's good.
It's great. Yeah. No, what's great is that Spock learns all the lessons before everybody else does.
Is that just a continuing thing?
I don't know. But that's definitely a
true
thing
in this
that happens in this movie.
Yeah.
What did you think about the movie?
I liked it overall. I think it was long-winded.
Yeah.
For sure. There was a lot of just weird pauses and storylines that didn't really seem to need to go anywhere. I've never seen the original show. I've seen clips.
Okay.
I've seen the like Gods Don't Bleed episode and like a few other random ones, and I have an idea of a lot of the like running jokes and things, but I've never really like seen a dedicated amount of this. So I guess some of it was like trying to set you up for the characters. Cause I definitely didn't feel lost. Like they introduced the characters pretty well for someone who hadn't seen them before.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it had a kind of cool message in terms of like rational and irrational merged together, and it was fun that they brought in something from like our time that was real in the Voyager 6, like, and then mixed it with the sci-fi. Like it's a very Star Trek thing to do. But at the same time, like, just I don't know. I liked it overall though.
So yeah, I mean it's not a bad movie overall. The thing is I honestly think this is a worse version of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
In a lot of ways, it feels like it is.
The effects aren't as good. The story doesn't hit home as much. It doesn't reach your psychology.
Voyager 6 just the tablet?
Well, I don't think so, but I think it's got a similar idea of transcendence, right? There's some other stage there.
Oh, the like super ego thing from...
it could be super ego, but just like another level of being.
Okay.
And it definitely does a different take on it than 2001 does.
Yeah.
But 2001 is the better movie.
Well, yes. I feel like 2001 is the better movie is a sentence that is almost always true, though. I feel like it's unfair to compare what is clearly a summer blockbuster to what was absolutely a very long, very detailed art for.
Well, I mean, I think you can, because I think it's doing something that's so similar. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't doing anything as similar, if it was just like a space movie, then I would be like, yeah, you don't compare this to 2001: A Space Odyssey.
It does start with that whole minute of music with nothing going on screen.
Yes, and that's very 2001.
Which is very 2001. And it does move at a kind of slow pace and like make sure to get on its points.
We get long spacewalk scenes. We get long sequences of what the Enterprise is seeing as it goes through.
There's
right?
an odd, mostly unconnected ceremony on a different planet.
Yes.
Like the monkeys.
Yes, it did not take half an hour. But,
that's true.
So yeah, I mean, it was a fun movie, and I remember I had seen this before. I remember hating it the first time I saw it. Yeah, I was just like, what the hell is this? But this time around, I kind of enjoyed it, and it was kind of, I mean, it's a fun adventure.
Yeah,
you know?
It's the human.
And I also think maybe it probably works better as a half-hour episode.
Sure it would.
I mean, it's very clearly meant to be shorter. Was meant to be shorter than it was.
Yes,
you know?
there definitely are a lot of times where it's very clear that they're padding runtime.
Yes.
But it's like the whole tagline is the human adventure is just beginning. You know, this is the start of something. Like it's supposed to go beyond that, which took like 10 more movies, and then they got beyond.
Oh
But
god.
that is a horrible joke, but I thought of it as I said it, so I did it. And it's not as bad as some of yours.
It you know, I feel like saying that your joke isn't as bad as mine is like comparing, you know, a piece of art to a summer blockbuster.
All right.
I don't think you can do that.
All right, you can't throw my words back at me this early. This is pilot, man. You gotta build trust first. Come on. All right. So okay, what did we like specifically? Let's try to refocus.
I liked the performances from the actors. They were over the top.
But that was the 70s.
Over the top is 70s, and it's very Star Trek. I also like how when McCoy comes back, he is like straight up dressed like the 70s. And it's definitely like what someone from the 70s would think a future rough guy would be up to.
That's true.
He's got like, he even has like that necklace. It's got like the big, like, almost like a symbol kind of thing.
I
You
honestly
would expect a
don't
peace
remember
sign.
this.
It's really awesome. I swear he has bell bottoms on.
I think he does.
He does,
Which
which is awesome.
for sure was sort of the 70s trying to be futuristic then. And
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, no, me too. And Michael, what did you like about the movie?
I did like the message. I mean, as much as it isn't like the most original thing, like they put thought into it. They
Oh,
put
yeah.
thought into like how they got there. I liked how they showed the reveal of it being the satellite. Like that was a cool.
Yeah,
thing.
did you see that coming?
I did not.
Okay.
I had an idea that like it was something that humanity had started,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't really see it as like, oh, this is like something we know. I didn't think it was
Gotcha.
going to connect to our world as much.
Yeah.
So I liked
Well,
that a lot.
And then it makes sense, right? 'Cause it's Voyager, that kind of thing. Elizabeth, what did you think of the movie?
She didn't see it.
That's the joke.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Elizabeth, what did you think of the movie?
What you guys have told me, it's very, very, very stupid, I would say.
Okay.
There's a lot of confusion. I don't remember who that one Dagger guy.
Decker?
Decker? Yeah, I don't know who that guy
That they
is.
do right.
I think the confusion
But
just
I-
comes from us giving the movie to you and not from the movie.
We are confusing.
Yeah, no, you guys went on many tangents, did not know what was happening halfway through. It's like, okay. Like, I think I got to the point of it. Like, Spock learns.
No, Spock already learned.
No, Spock
No, he
learned.
kind of does. He
Spock
learns.
learned. Spock learned. Then the rest
learned.
of humanity has to learn. And now, we're like, right,
Oh.
that's all I got.
Okay, hey, that's
fair.
pretty
You know
good.
what? That's more than we got
All
the
right.
first time we talked
So
about
now
it.
we're going to do our rating system. So here's the deal. We talked about this. You're going to put one hand out, or should I act like we're doing this spontaneously? All right,
All right.
let's give our final rating. So here's the deal. Here's the system. You have two hands.
Okay.
Each hand can either
I
be
do
a thumb up,
indeed have two hands.
a no thumb, or thumbs down.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to count down from 3, and everybody in the studio is going to throw out
Some amount of thumb.
some amount of thumbs.
Okay.
Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have 2 thumbs up,
Two
one
thumbs down
no,
and
2
two
thumbs
thumbs
down, and 2
and
thumbs.
two no thumbs.
So that's a pretty average movie.
Yeah,
Elizabeth
that'll-
gave it a thumbs down and a no thumb. I gave it a thumb up and a thumb down.
And I gave it a thumb up and a thumb and a no thumb.
Yeah, okay, so it's a pretty average movie. It's got good stuff, it's got bad stuff. Check it out if you got a time.
Yeah. I do want to talk about an actor that I really liked in this movie.
Okay.
I think they did a good job.
Alright, who was it?
So there's Gary Fega. He was the airlock technician.
Okay.
We mentioned him earlier. I really think that he's shown in this role.
Oh, yeah, he acts just amazing. I love his performance, Gary Fega.
Right. I think we're gonna see him again as we review more movies. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure. He's this Brooklyn-raised actor. He returned for Star Trek 3. I know that. I haven't seen Star Trek 3, but it says he did.
Airlock
And-
attendant number 3 came back for Star Trek 3.
Airlock attendant, just airlock attendant.
Oh, okay.
He's the 15th person in the cast list. Like, he's not low.
He's like in the middle of the cast list.
He's right in the middle.
He's
of the
got
cast
like
list.
5 seconds of screen time.
There are 50 people in this, and the thing
I
is,
wanted
I think they
Asian.
gave him 15th because he was phenomenal.
Oh, he does a great job. When
He
you
was
see
in
this
Airplane
movie,
2. Did you see that?
I did not.
No one else did either.
I have.
Elizabeth,
have-
you saw it?
All right, remember the guide?
Nope.
Well, that's because Gary Fega is such a brilliant actor.
He
blends
just
right
disappears
into, whatever
into
role.
his role.
So, you know, I really, you can get a sign. So, yeah, he's being Vulcanic, and that's like you can buy it, and he signed it, and you can buy them on
How
eBay.
much did it cost?
Like $13.
I kind of want one now.
I kind
That's
of
pretty
do,
good.
Too. It's a Christmas present.
Ooh.
Or whatever. I don't know what holiday you celebrate. I don't even celebrate Christmas. I don't know why I said that. All right. Anyway, that's definitely the person I think we're going to see next.
Can I get it for you as a Hanukkah gift?
Yeah, there you go. It's one of my 8 posters that I get every Hanukkah. All right. It looks like our producer Elizabeth is aggressively telling us we have to should wrap it up.
She's a very
So they're
aggressive
gonna-
person
They're going
for
to kick
her
us out of the
size.
studio, though.
They are.
All right. So thank you for joining us as we watch Star Trek: The Motion Picture. If you'd like to watch along with us next episode, we will be watching Jonathan.
We will be watching. Damn it! Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay.
I had the name.
Come on,
Hold
man.
on.
Oh, you're a
a
good
Charlie,
man, Charlie
it's a-
Brown.
No, it's almost called that. It's A Boy Named Charlie Brown. It came
Okay.
out December 4th.
So we have to. Okay, let's not make that an editing. Right. So okay.
No, we can just go. I think
thank
it's
you.
very DIY. We'll just keep going.
Okay.
So it's A Boy Named Charlie Brown. It came out in 1969. So
All right,
we'll be
and-
going to 50 years ago, and
in December, right?
yep.
All right, so if you guys like this episode and want to see more like it, consider helping us out by pitching in a couple bucks to our Venmo or PayPal, because
We don't
really
have a
haven't used
Venmo.
Venmo.
We don't have a Venmo.
We don't have a Venmo?
No, we don't.
Well, that happened. Sorry. Apparently we don't really?
No, we don't.
All right, well, we will
No,
create a
PayPal.
Venmo.
We only have PayPal.
We have a PayPal, which is, we don't know what yet.
Do we want to start from the beginning of this
All right,
paragraph?
yes.
Okay.
Hey, if you guys like this episode and want to see more like it, consider helping us out by pitching a few bucks to our PayPal. It's going to be linked on our website, and which when it comes out, which it might not exist yet. Anyway, we're
It'll
sort
be
of
in the show
seeing if this
notes.
podcast is something we can at least break even on, and any little bit helps with our hosting expenses. Although to be fair, that's mostly just like bad Boy Scout popcorn and movie rentals.
Yes. Well, by hosting expenses, I meant like putting it online.
Oh, that's
But
fair.
yes, also
All
the
right.
bad movie rentals.
The Late Chain Podcast is produced by Elizabeth Priest, and its theme song is Good Morning by Christian Ibanez. I'm Michael Palmer.
And I'm Jonathan Ibanez, and
We don't have an ending bit yet.
We don't have an ending
which
bit yet.
We'll figure it out.
I think here's what the ending bit is. Elizabeth, give us a song, and we will do the song.
We don't want to buy the rights to that.